Invictus, my kings, welcome back to another part of the Napoleon Total War, the Great War Mode of France campaign playthrough. And we basically continue where we left off with the squashing of the German rebellion or revolutionaries, the German revolutionaries that were plaguing us last time. We are now... Oh, the first Czechoslovak Republic is actually... Yeah, the first Czechoslovak Republic is actually at war with the Austro-Hungarian Empire and the German Empire. Ooh, didn't even notice. But we have some changes around the map. Vienna has been actually captured by the Italians. Very solid progress over there for the Italians. Big ups for them. So now both Berlin and Vienna have been captured. It seems like the Czechoslovaks are now going for Olomouc, Moravia. So they actually want to complete the entirety of the Czech Republic. They want that under their hold, which is kind of interesting indeed. The Serbians still hold Constantinople, and they haven't had rebellion for the Ottomans. There wasn't really a rebellion from the Ottomans at all. The Russians haven't really pushed at all, but now even the Romanians are at war with the Central Powers. So the Central Powers over here getting, very squashed. They're getting smushed from all sides, and we should obviously have some sort of advance of our own. I'm amassing all of our armies here near Dresden for one big final push, as well as this army can head north towards Stettin, and these armies grouping here around Dresden will march on Silesia, Warsaw and Danzig, and we'll see. Maybe we'll also swing southwards and deal with the Austro-Hungarian, what remains of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, that is. But we definitely want to deal with the German Empire first. And here we go. It's time to march on Stettin and take it for the glory of France. Let's demand surrender, actually. And it should work. There we go. Military occupation, military academy, very built up place for what it was. Too bad we can't actually release anyone from Stettin, but I think we should be able to release Warsaw from, or Poland from Warsaw, more rather. Maybe even Danzig. Königsberg, probably you can't release anyone, actually. But yeah, it seems like the Germans still here on the march in the south. There's still plenty of Austro-Hungarian and German armies within the vicinity. So there's still quite a lot of fighting left to do. Probably not going to repair that warehouse, honestly. It's probably just going to have to leave it be. Let's see, this army. Should I leave it in? We could leave it in Saxony. Let's just leave behind the groups that are still replenishing. Send these guys forward and march with the whole armada forward. We have like 5 or 6 full stack armies here ready for advance. There are some stragglers over here from the Germans, so let's actually try and deal with them. They retreated, but they didn't retreat far enough, so let's give it a good old college try and deal with all of these stragglers here that are still left behind the enemy lines, or well, our lines, so to say. Okay, so let's use we have a bomber over here, so let's bomb army. Actually, let's try. How does this work? So there we go. Airplane detected. Your plane failed to hit the target. Well, that's not very useful, is it then? But can we at least see? Well, they have a bunch of normal infantry battalions, but we should be able to, with all of our combined strength. Oh, actually, an ambush from the enemy. Let's quickly deal with that. That sort of ambush doesn't work on us. We are way too strong. Intercepted again. Bam! Absolutely dominating the field over here. Let's send all of our armies forward. We should be able to make it there. Yes, we can. So let's auto-resolve, and Silesia has been ours. We could loot it, but let's just military occupation this thing. Lots of trait gains, lots of traits gained from that little engagement. This army could actually maybe try and go for these guys to just squash them. Let's not have any stragglers over here. And next up is going to It's gonna have to be Poland, isn't it? Let's see, are there any Russian armies maybe approaching from this side? There are some Russian armies, or at least there's this one small Russian army over here. I don't see any other ones though. They do have some armies in Petrograd. They've captured Königsberg and Galicia, and the Russians haven't done much of anything else apart from that. So it seems like the Germans are marching on Prague, so that could become a little bit of an issue. But the Czechoslovaks, but in this case it's just the Czechs, managed to capture Olomouc. Yeah, we might want to keep an army behind just in case the Germans manage to capture Prague, so this army can go back and the rest of the armies can march on Warsaw. Alright, here we have a little bit of an interesting battle where we have a whole bunch of infantry early and late, and the enemy has, well, they do have a little bit of a artillery advantage, mostly because we have no artillery, but they seem to be at a really severe infantry disadvantage. So let's drop down cheeky save and let's actually see how this one plays out. Alright, here we are on the battlefield, so let's advance forward so we're not in the range of the enemy artillery for too long. Let's actually move our generals somewhere where they won't really be able to get them. Withdraw button. Why would I withdraw? There's absolutely no reason to withdraw. The enemy does seem to be advancing forward with their, I like the whistle. I like the whistle sounds. It's absolutely based. But what do they have? They have some heavy field guns, so they are putting our guys under artillery fire. However, one single battery isn't going to be nearly enough to really make that big of a difference. At least I don't think so. So let's advance quickly forward with all of our infantry, since the enemy is advancing as well. Let's just very quickly make it to the no man's land, and see, like, it's not doing even that much damage. Like, sure, they've killed 30 guys, but the auto resolve was acting as if that single artillery piece was going to win the battle, where we know that, or at least, well, from experience, infantry engagements in this mod are very decisively swayed towards the defender. Here we go, the infantry combat is already beginning, and we are absolutely slaughtering the enemy infantry. And this is how it's going to be. We're absolutely going to crush the enemy. Here we go, some Schutztruppe. How did they look? Well, some colonial units, I would guess. But here we go, the enemy is bunching up together in the middle. Not a very wise strategy, that's for sure. But we can outflank them like so. We can send our guys a little bit forward. They do have, obviously, an artillery advantage, but that's not going to do them a whole lot of good in this type of hail of fire. Let's actually speed up the process. Let's see, they are bunching up together for some reason. I don't know what their strategy is over here. Not the smartest AI decision making, that's for sure. They've bunched up together like this, which makes it easier for our guys to just completely tear them apart. It's a shame we don't have any artillery, because this would have been a juicy target. But anyway, they're getting absolutely blazed from all sides over here, getting absolutely torn apart. They're not even firing back properly, and when they are, because they are bunched up together like this, there's going to be a lot of friendly fire on their side. But here we go. You can just see the, I don't know if you can, if you kings can see it so well on the video, but the bullets are just flying all over the place, absolutely tearing these units apart. And yeah, so not exactly the way the auto resolve would have gone, that's for sure. The auto resolve bar for some reason values artillery a little bit too much, I would guess. And yeah, it's having a little bit of an impact over here. It's definitely causing some casualties, that's for sure. But not nearly as much as the overwhelming infantry advantage that we have. This unit has been reduced, well, completely, all of them have gone. All of them. Every single one of them have gone, and they're not even routing, so their morale is actually quite good. I'll give them that. The morale of the enemy is quite good, but that's not gonna do too much for their fighting capabilities when we are just tearing them to smithereens over here in the middle. So a small squadron can now activate itself and go against the enemy artillery, while this middle segment of the army can finish off what's left over here of these units. They certainly have put up an interesting fight. Not much of a fight, but they have acted in an interesting manner. Definitely not the brightest and smartest AI I've ever seen. But here we go. We have some. We actually have some enemy rifle cavalry. That's interesting. How do they look? Well, they're cavalry with infantry on them. That's about it. But anyway, the our storm of bullets will definitely do its do a number on them. Actually, send these guys forward a little bit, and these guys are maybe actually receiving some fire. There's one dude out of 400 left. There's one guy. This one guy actually running for it, like, I'm not going the way the others went. You know, definitely not. But oh, can he actually make it through? He's still no, he did make it through. Very sad for him. But let's actually send these guys to. Okay, never mind. Let's just go and ban it, charge them in. These cavalry still actually doing quite a good number on our infantry over here. Very interesting that the rifle cavalry supposedly is having some better luck in melee than it was having in an actual engagement of rifle fire. But as you can see, this battle is pretty much won. And there we go, the battle should be, there we go, it is a victory after all, and it is a heroic victory. I don't know about that, it wasn't too heroic, but it was kind of cool. And there we go, I lost 2,010, they lost 3,619. Quite a devastating result. They have one unit left, but that should remove any sort of threat coming to Silesia from the Germans. There's still this army of Germans sort of hovering around Prague. There's a bunch of Austro-Hungarian armies over here. So even though they have been completely reduced, even Serbia recapturing, well, Serbia, Belgrade, and Romania actually capturing Transylvania, very cool. They have been reduced to Croatia, Hungary. That's about it. So Croatia and Hungary and Poland and West Prussia, that's all they have left, and they still wield full stack armies. This is truly industrial warfare. But that's about it for this part, Kings. As you can see, the German Empire has managed to capture Prague, so we will go ahead and liberate Prague. In the next part, we will also march on to Warsaw, gather up all of our straggling units around here, march on Warsaw, finally deal with whatever's happening here in Hungary, and maybe the Italians will actually deal with it, but I don't really know. Lots of Austro-Hungarian armies still around here, some German ones as well. We go ahead, liberate Prague, and yeah, try our best to finish the job. So probably the next part is going to be the final part, but we'll have to see. So anyway, thanks, Kings, for watching, and I will see you next time.